Hey folks, welcome to Valiant Customs. I'm Steve. Looks like the XFed and Ups guy, our delivery people, have blessed me with parts the last couple days. So I'm pretty sure, I know this is the patch panel for the floor and the kick panels for the truck, and this is a gas tank that I got to put for underneath the bed. So hopefully in this video, I don't know which. I'm probably just going to get the patch panel done for the floor. Maybe possibly both kick panels. I'm not real sure yet. But that's it's hard to tell what I can get done in the videos. So let's just get started. So I just want to give a little, get that out of the way. Just want to give a little shout out to Auto Metal Direct. Since I've been getting parts from Auto Metal Direct, I have not had any that have been majorly dinged up or banged up or look like a forklift done ran them over 5 times or something like that. The parts, see, I mean, they come the way they should be. That's what I'm trying to say. And I appreciate that. It's good quality stuff. It doesn't feel super thin. I mean, the camera's not going to really catch it, but it's some pretty good quality stuff. So with that, I want to go ahead and get back to getting this floor and stuff in. I've been looking at this mess for probably about an hour now, trying to figure out how exactly I want to go about doing this. And because I do not want to use the entire patch. I do not use them. I just want to use what is rusted, like right here, but the floor is all pitted and rusted. So guaranteed you go to weld in there and it's just going to blow right through. So what I'm thinking is I might go ahead and go like right in here and then, then go up and around and maybe somewhere right in here and along this line here. And I don't know, maybe swing around this way and come down here. I'm not sure. Let me turn some light on here. I mean, a good thing is that this panel that they sent me, well, that I bought, I should say, it goes all the way up to this crease right here, which is awesome. That means the only thing I got to do is just patch this part right here, and I got plenty of scrap metal for that. I thought I was going to have to patch this here and then buy another section of floor that would cover all this here. I don't know. Anyways, I've been rambling on because I'm just avoiding cutting this. Oh, so let's, I guess I'll go ahead and cut this. I was looking a little bit closer at this here, and I think what's going to happen is the inside kick panel. I think I'm going to have to take that out first before I can do the rocker itself. So the bolts here need to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and get those out. And from there in hyperdrive, I'm probably going to I'm just going to be cutting away. If I remember to, if I remember to stop and show you guys, where I'm at, or if there's something that comes up or anything, I'll go ahead and stop the video or stop the hyperdrive and bring you back and show you what we got going on and everything. One little tip that might help as far as the finishing part of the kick panel, or really anything, any patch panel that you do or anything. What might help, I'll put you down here and show you. When you when you drill them out, instead of going from the inside where you can see the spot welds, try to go on the outside, because there's spot welds running right here along this side. If I can bring you in here, okay. There's spot welds running right along this edge here. And then there's a couple spot welds down in here. And then there's some spot welds on this edge here. I don't think, if you did go from this side with the spot welds, I don't think it would hurt too much for this part, this section, because there's a weather strip that goes over it. But there's other stuff, it'll cut your finishing time down. You won't have as much filler going in it, or as much time, welding it or anything like that, because everything will be right here on the outside. And you can just, treat that so it doesn't rust. And then, like I said, it just cuts your finishing time quite a bit by doing it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to hyperdrive and try to get this kick panel piece out. And everything's going to be done from this side except for the cutting itself with my cutoff wheel and wherever I cut it at. But you'll see it in the hyperdrive. Just dawned on me as I'm banging away at these these spot welds and everything. Taking off the panel doesn't matter if you go on the inside and take it out. You're not using that panel. Stupid me. But when you take that panel off and you're done, you'll probably want to come out here and drill right here where the spot welds are. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go on the inside and cut the spot welds there, or drill the spot welds there out. Sorry I shut you guys off. I had to move you because the sparks would have hit my screen. Don't want that. Cameras are too much for cameras, and phones cost too much for sparks to be hitting them. Okay, so there's that. Let me zap that off there real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn you off for a second so I can zap that off, because it'll be really loud. Okay, so I just zip that little bit off, and now it's still fighting me to come out. There. That is no longer your home. Alright, so got that out. Oh, let me turn you guys around. You're aiming the other way. I don't know what you guys were looking at over there on that one. I haven't even went to that kick panel yet. Anyways, so there it is. It's out. I'm gonna get all this crud cleaned out of here. Oh man, there's a lot in there too. I don't know if you can see that. Let's tilt you down a little bit, huh? There. Does the camera help? Or light help? So there's a bunch of crud in there. Goodness. Get this bottom lip off of here, hopefully, somehow. Maybe. Man. Is it moving in here? Oh yeah, it's moving. Okay. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, so there's that piece out. Still got another piece right here. I don't know how I'm going to get that one out. Maybe just do this. All right, I'm going to have to shut you guys off for a second so I can go get some needle nose pliers or vice grips or something. And just like that, we're back. All right. Oh, I forgot it all. Ooh, yeah. There's got to be like 62 years. Well, there. Oh, yeah, there is 62 years of dirt in this thing. Oh my. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna get all that cleaned out of there, get things prepped and everything, and I'll bring you back. All I did on this one, I haven't got it final yet or anything like that. I took the whole patch panel and just shoved it down in here. I cut a little bit of the floor away up here so that it would slide in. And then just kind of, I lined the holes up. Let me bring you around this way. I lined the holes up here, this hole here, and then this one over here. And then here, I just, whoa. All right, come on now, steady. So this one here needs to come over, of course, but that's all I've done with that there. I will probably go ahead and stick the panel that goes on back here. I'll go ahead and bolt that back up to see how it fits and everything. And then I guess from there, I'll go ahead and mark it out or take a scribe and scribe it out and everything and then weld it in. It's but I don't think I'm gonna weld it in until after I get the floor. Once I get that section of the floor cut out. Once I get that cut out, and I'll probably go ahead and weld it into place as well. Then that way I'll know that, because it does slide in there. It's difficult, but it does slide in. Then that way I know it's all lined up and it's good. And then I'll just take some seam sealer down the one edge there and it's done. Whew, that'll be so nice. All right, I guess on to the next adventure. I put this bracket here in, so those bolts all line up. But before I go and do anything, because I'm gonna end up pulling this. Ooh, holy man, it's dark over here. Okay, so I am gonna end up pulling this panel back out again. Before I start doing anything on the floor and stuff like that, whew, look at all that dirt. I think I got half of Silver Lake Dunes, sand dunes down here, and on my floor and the cab. go ahead and get the vacuum in here and clean this stuff up. And just for those that don't know, Silver Lake Sand Dunes is here in Michigan. It's an off-road, or it's a park, an off-road park or whatever it is. Okay, well, let's get this cleaned up and then I can see how much garbage I'm gonna get myself into with this floor. Well, you saw a whole lot of things you shouldn't do. Oh, this was just, anyways, man, what a mess. And me being impatient. But anyways, let me turn you around and show you what I got here. There's a big old hole there now. Cut it out like that. Cut it out right there. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to the spot welds here, so I went ahead and I cut this section, which is right here. And if you look at it, it's got holes up here and stuff anyway, so probably go ahead and buy another one. Maybe I can reuse that one. I don't know. Hard telling. But there's what I took out. And there's what's going to go in at some point. And hopefully, oh, I got to clean this stuff up here, put some paint on it, straighten it up because I bent it all up. And hopefully the floor will all go back in together with no problems. I wish I could have been able to go, do like a cut and do a cut and butt and everything, but well, so we'll do that, and maybe once I put some seam sealer and subtract the paint on the whole floor, you won't be able to tell. In the bottom part, I'll go ahead and bed line, or that sprayer kind of bed liner, and go from there. Did a little bit of work off camera, but I have it somewhat lined up. Let me show you here. Oop, oh, that's the rest of the messy cab. All right, so let me grab my microphone. There, that's probably better. All right, so I got it somewhat lined up. I had to cut this much off of the back side here because I left the part where the cab mount came in, which is like right in here. I went ahead and left that there as there was nothing wrong with it. But so I just got it like that. Pretty much I'll just mark the bottom and then pull it back out, cut it down. I'll still leave it a little bit big. That way I can just grind a little bit to, get that fine fitment. But you can see, well, maybe you can't see. These lines, this little valley right here lines up with the radiuses on each side pretty good. See that? Camera doesn't make it look like it, but it is. It's lined up pretty good. And then back here, I put little marks ever so often here so that I know that I can, because I can't find my self tappers anywhere, but I put marks so that I know tomorrow I can just put it right there and line up the marks, and it'll be right where I want it, which is right here, which is, as far as I'm concerned, perfect. Then this part, I'll take a screwdriver or take a scratch awl or something and go along, and I'll scribe the backside, the part that I cut out. And then once I do that, I'll like I said, I'll cut a little bit off. I'll leave just a touch on it so that I can you know, do a little ring and cut that off of there and get that fine fitment that I want. But I still haven't cleaned anything up. I haven't cleaned up any of the area where I'm going to be welding it in. I haven't cleaned up any of the area over here where on the cab mount where the spot welds were. I didn't do anything on that yet. I haven't cleaned the top of the cab mount off yet or anything. I want to put some paint on it so it doesn't rust. Yeah, so I did cut this part out. I think I can probably make this one work as long as I don't burn through a bunch. But I don't know. Well, the camera, yeah, see the hole right there? There's a hole right there. So, and there's a hole up here, so it's probably a little bit weak. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It still looks like pretty good metal to weld to, pretty thick still. So maybe I will at least try it. Okay, I guess I'm done for the night, and I'll come back tomorrow. Put some self tappers in it to hold it down where I want it so that it doesn't move when I go underneath and scribe it. Not sure if you guys can see it or not, but did a little, you know, zap, zap, zap with the welder. Just 3 spots. Just enough to keep it back where I want it. And over to one side. Now I'm going to get underneath it and take my scratch awl and go along and scratch a line or scribe a line into it so that I know where to cut it at so I can butt weld it. So I'm going to go ahead and put you in hyperdrive while I do that. Not really sure if oh yeah, okay, the camera catches it. That's my scribe mark right there. I went ahead and, lights, there we go. Scribed around the cab mount, so that way I know where to drill any holes or to clean up any spot for weld or anything like that. Got to clean the cab mounts up, clean the floor up. Just a warning, an exclaimer or whatever it's called. I am not a professional. Do what I do at your own risk. Hopefully this will all go in here and patch in just fine. But if you happen to do it to yours and it doesn't, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but it's not. Please don't put it on me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and patch this in. Only reason why I left this, well, get you guys in here a little bit. Come on now, get there. No, get in there and look at, there you go. Yeah, look at that. So this piece right here, I left this in here because I don't like to use a lot of I only like to use as much of the patch panel as what I need to use. And to keep it on straight lines. That's why this one goes up so high, because I wanted to, oh, come on, there we go. Because I didn't want to have to cut, turn, there we go. Back up maybe, there we go. I didn't want to have to cut in here. That's why I did straight line up. So it actually comes up here and goes above that pocket and then comes back down and covers this here, which is this part. I could have just zapped it across there, but the good thing is if you only use as much of the patch panel as what you need, then later on down the road, if you end up having to redo another repair because it rusted out, or your kids or your grandkids or some other body man or whatever it is, then you can buy another one of these patches and they've got something that they can actually weld to as well instead of, I mean, if you use a whole patch, well, what good's another patch going to do? Because it won't fit. I mean, you might as well just throw right out right out the window and everything. All right, so let's go ahead and get this in place and see where I'm at. Well, I'm going to cut this down and then I'll see where I'm at. Well, guys, I know it doesn't look like I've got a lot done, but I'm going to go ahead and go in for the night. Have me some supper or some dinner and ponder on this. The rest of it's going pretty smooth. I don't want to jinx myself, but it's going pretty smooth. Got it all lined up all the way around here. I did, uh, you guys probably can't see it, but right here on this corner, I did blow through a little bit right here with the weld. And I kind of figured that because right here it was pitted. And I'm thinking down here at this other end. I'm thinking down here at this. Oh man, I got you guys all over the place here. There we go. And I'm thinking down here at this end, I'm going to have the same problem because it's it was pretty pitted in here too. So this metal's it's compromised a little bit, but it's still thick enough where I mean it'll work. It'll work without a problem. I should be able to get that filled in and ground down with no issues at all. All right, so I've already sat out here about 20 minutes since the last time I spot welded or put down any weld. So I'm going to go ahead and go in. I think I've got enough footage now of me going back and forth, and just kind of spreading, spotting all over the place, and making sure that I don't overheat too much over here and over here, and like. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll bring you back when I'm done doing all the spot welding. Maybe I'll probably just bring you back after I get it all ground down. Got it ground down. This is pretty smooth here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty smooth. right here I'm not too worried about because the rocker is going to go on there. And then over here where my feet go, I didn't grind it down quite as much. It's still got a little bit more. I'm going to go a little bit more with it, but I'm going to try and leave a decent amount of weld on there. And once I put the seam sealer on it, you know, a little across there, then I'll smooth it all out, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'll clean this floor up, and then I'm going to put black tractor paint on it, of course. And then after I do that, I'm going to probably put sound deadener on it, some kill mat or something. And let's see what else. I guess that's really about it. I just trying to. I want it to be strong, but yet I want it to look. I want it to look good too. All right, I'll bring you back on the next thing we do here. Went ahead and excuse me. Went ahead and welded in the kick panel. That section that we patched in. Looks kind of bad up here, but once I grind it down, it'll be all right. So now the inner rocker and the kick panel are good. I will tell you that if you guys end up doing a 60 through 66 Chevy truck, doing this, let me turn you around real quick. When I started it, I cut the inner kick panel out and that section of floor so that I could slide the kick panel in and line it up. Well, then I decided to go ahead and take out this section of the floor to weld it in. And when I did that, there was some spot welds and stuff that I couldn't get unless I had got in underneath this. So I went ahead and I cut this off here. Well, I knew I should have braced it up, and I didn't. But I ended up taking a ratchet strap and going to the transmission or the frame there and wrapping it around here, and then going down to the front to the frame, to the bumper hole, horn or frame horn there. And then I was able to manipulate this A pillar or this, you know, this structure here back to where I needed it so that I could weld this all up after I got the floor in. I guess for now I'm going to go ahead and grind all these welds down. It's welded on the inside and on the outside, spot welded. This piece is bolted back in. I did have to wallow out this hole with a drill bit. And then after I get this all ground down, I'll go ahead and I'll start making this patch panel here. Hopefully I'll be able to get this thing in seam sealer and maybe the outer rocker on. As you can tell, I did a little across there that was just there to seal the weld, any rough spots or anything like that on the weld itself. This will probably all pretty much be sanded off anyways, except for where it did go into the crevices of the weld. And right in here, I wanted to clean this up a little bit better because I couldn't get the grinder or whatever in there real smooth to get that all smoothed out. So it is what it is with a little bit of, just fiberglass there, just across there. And now onto the sealer. As soon as this dries and I sand it down, I'll go ahead and put the seam sealer in, let that dry. I don't know if this video is going to actually get to the outer rocker, but because I want to try and get half this cab floor in the tractor paint. Get as close to done as I can. I also put some filler, some fiberglass in there. This doesn't need to be sanded down or anything. That was just to protect the weld itself that was there. I didn't sand or grind the weld down, nothing. I just went ahead and slapped some fiberglass on there too as well. And then this stuff here, or this part will get, or this weld will get primer. I would put fiberglass on that as well, but the rocker is going to be over it, and I don't want the fiberglass to keep the rocker away or to get my way from getting it, sealed on this pillar here. Got her all schmoozed up with some frosting. Well, seam sealer. Went all the way up there because I took a bunch out of the kick panel here, a bunch of the sealer out, the old sealer. Went all through there, down there, over here. It looks like there was some sort of sealer in here, so I went ahead and put some in here because it was gone, it was missing. Did all that. I found that if you put your finger in some reducer, you can go over this and smooth it all out. It lasts, or at least I was able to use it to push it where I needed it without it sticking, and then all of a sudden, and then when it dries out, I mean, you could do it again, but I just went ahead and kept smearing it, and that's why it kind of looks like some frosting. But I guess this is where I'm at for now. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to come out here and put down some tractor paint on it. Got the floor painted, and not the whole floor, but got the section that I welded in for the inner rockers and the kick panels, got that painted. It turned out pretty good. For some reason in spots it looked like, well, it had like fish eyes in the paint, and it's just really weird because it's in spots where where the where there's divots of rust, or where it's pitted really bad. That's where it, for some reason, that's where it split, or it like spread apart like fish eyes. Anyways, let's talk. Let me get you flipped around here and show you what we got going on. All right. Well, would you look at that? Just look at that. That's all right. That looks pretty good. And once it's all dry and everything, it's going to end up having some sound deadener put down on it anyways. I just wanted something that would really repel the water so I wouldn't have to have it rust out anymore, or, later on down the road. But that's what we got. Pretty pleased with it. So I just want to give a quick little shout out to some of the people that I'm subscribed to, and they're subscribed to me and everything. 1776 Garage, really cool guy. If you would, go check his stuff out. Whiskey Dents, he's doing a cab over giveaway truck, so go check that out. Classic Car Revivals, he's also doing a truck giveaway. It's a older Ford. And then I have Corey Wheat Customs, Simon Says Garage. Just give these guys a check, give them a little check out, maybe subscribe to them. They're pretty cool, pretty straight guys. I would like to say that I want to say Merry Christmas. Please remember the reason for the season. That's Jesus. I thank you very much for tuning in and watching. God bless you. And again, Merry Christmas.